ever opened a clinic, I think it would have been like something like this. So, and I can't do everything, so I'm glad someone else is doing this. Rinima, you are
Atira.
You are Atira. Oh my God! In the phone, I somehow felt like you are a very big person. Isn't this the same thing that Hindi mein we say apna haath Jagannath? You guys remember recently the second episode of the Como show was about orgasms, and I think solo way masturbation has so many details about it. What is masturbation? What are the different ways a woman can masturbate, and why, and how it's pleasure and everything. Welcome back to another day, you guys. I hope you're enjoying the vlog. Something very exciting. I kind of really handpicked things for you guys. So for today, we are going to this wellness center for women called Proactive for Her, again in Indiranagar, Bangalore. I know I should really start looking at other streets in the city and not just Indiranagar. So we're going to this wellness center where basically the highlight of this place is that you have doctors who is not going to judge you if you want to go get an abortion done. You know what I mean? Like forever, I remember I got a couple of abortions done when I was in my maybe 20s, early 20s, late 20s too, specifically. And I remember being judged by the gynecologist when I went her and told her that I wasn't a living-in partner and I got pregnant and we are not ready for a baby. And you know, so I am so glad that Proactive for Her is now in the city and all women can just go and speak openly, non-judgmentally to a gynecologist or to a doctor. So that kind of makes me feel really good. So let's go check out the place. Hello. Finally got inside the place I've been seeing while I'm driving through every day. I'm very happy. This kind of places exist in my city now. Coming to this place because it has so much details. I have PMS, which is premenstrual syndrome. I like that they have tips and like tricks of how you can deal with it, what PMS is, and this is such helpful information already. My most favorite one is this one. If you guys remember recently, the second episode of the Como show was about orgasms, and I think solo way masturbation has so many details about it. What is masturbation? What are the different ways a woman can masturbate, and why, and how it's pleasure and everything. Like, I love it. Love it that I come to a place and I can openly talk about things which were believed to be immoral and taboo all this while. We are definitely making strides in the right direction, you guys. Kudos.
Tell us, what are you doing?
I am waiting for the doctor for consultation, but in the meantime, I'm editing my Get Ready With Me video for day 13.
You can take the Gardasil 9, Gardasil 9 is gender neutral. Everything else in the market is just primarily for women, but the thing is, again, it protects you from everything else, right? It causes like anal cancer and stuff, which like even men.
Pleasure in a safe way is the right way. You know, we all love pleasure. Who doesn't? And we are experimenting more and more and talking about it more and more. But just that as long as you know you shouldn't do that to me and that might cause me harm, and I know that it will cause me harm, I'm like good in a safe space. I'm Rinima, nice to meet you. Hi Rinima. Hi,
How's your day going on?
Day is good. I'm excited that I'm here.
Okay, good.
I've
Good
been
to
excited
know.
to come to this place for quite some time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm sure you must be accustomed to most of the things here. What is going on in Proactive?
I mean, I'm aware that Proactive is more of like a judgment-free place where I can talk about everything about my personal health. And you will just only guide me with your knowledge.
Non-judgmental.
Yes,
things,
non-judgmental.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you guys do everything a regular gynecologist does, or anything extra that you guys do here?
To be very frank, Rinima, here is all the comprehensive women care, you can say,
Right.
rather than Gynaec, because Gynaec is a term which we give only for the gynecological disorders or complaints, if we say.
Right.
But when we come towards women's health, may not be a complaint, right?
Right.
She must be just coming to screen out that whether
Absolutely.
I'm healthy or not.
Yeah.
Doctor, whether I'm healthy mentally, physically, emotionally. So here, to be more frank, rather than doctor, it's just a comprehensive women care which we try to take care, and we try to be non-judgmental
Right.
in the care
Right.
what we give to
Right.
women. And then what are the needs, what are the requirements of the client, and that's what the comprehensive
so more
women care
proactive
of.
kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't wait for something to happen and then
Happen,
go.
yes,
Rather go
absolutely,
before
yes,
and screen and make
yes,
sure it's
yes.
prevented much in advance.
Absolutely right. So when our client is coming, we make it sure, to be very frank, in a broader way, when we say the complete care, women care, we make it sure it's not only the complaint which a client is coming, we just try to study the things why she has landed up in that thing.
Holistically, yeah.
Holistically. And we just try to guide them the other things also which comes in the women care, not only the complaint what
Right,
she is
right.
getting into the clinic and stepping on the clinic.
Right.
So just take the advantage to just tell them about the preventing things.
Right.
What are the preventions that are there
Right.
considering the women health?
Oh wow, then I have a lot of
So-
questions for you.
Yeah.
So the first one that I'm currently dealing with is PMSing.
Okay.
I never had a premenstrual syndrome until 3 months ago. I never PMSed in my life. Like I wouldn't know because I never had sore boobs.
I know.
Like the worst I would get before a period was just a sensation in your
Yeah,
stomach,
yeah.
abdomen
Lower
that you
abdomen.
get, and
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
next day you are
Yes.
chummy. So I don't know what to do about that.
I know. The PMS are, complaints are very broad and very subjective. And you start appreciating that thing once you see a doctor, I never used to have these complaints.
Right,
Why
right,
now,
yeah, yeah.
right? What has triggered now? So I'm sure most of us are already aware that this is something to do with the hormones.
Okay.
How to control the things, to be very frank. So once I think we should go ahead with Rinima, the basic body profile in terms of nutritional deficiencies,
Right.
what most of us are deficient with.
Right.
And most of the time at this age, why we correlate that thing more towards 30 plus 30s and all, because actually we are completely occupied with most of the things,
Right.
and then we neglect it knowingly and unknowingly to some of the nutritional things which is very, very important, which has kept us
And we're
to be
mostly
at the
dieting
moment.
nowadays,
Yes,
to stay in
and yeah,
shape and to look good.
absolutely
and-
right. So stress plays a very important
Definitely.
role, and the lifestyle plays a very important role once we turn 30. So here I think better to go ahead with the basic blood testing to check for your basic hormones,
Right.
and testing of blood at the metabolic level, that how things are working it out.
Right.
In terms of cholesterol, in terms of sugars, though you look perfectly fit for the height and everything, but these are the complaints which never miss, like all the times they are not
Cannot see on the
symptomatic.
surface
Yeah,
also.
yes.
Right.
So at blood levels, to see the metabolic things are fine or not, hormones are fine or not, and definitely we are going to study your routine things about
Right.
your diet, what type of diet you are taking, and the stress levels. How is the stress? May I know a little more about the stress, your working patterns?
My stress has definitely increased in the last 8 months.
Okay.
Back before I used to have just one job, and that's all. Now I have 3.
Oh,
So I'm
that
working
is
close to 14 to 18 hours a day.
Okay.
And I'm constantly stressed because I started my business, and you start your own business, So I am, the moment you said it could be stress, I immediately understood it could be
Correlate that thing,
could be
yeah.
because of my stress. But it's nice to know that could also cause premenstrual syndrome.
Yes. Your sleeping patterns.
I
may know
sleep well,
that?
8 hours at least in a day.
Okay.
So sleeping has never been a concern.
And I'm sure the physical activity also
Is
you are taking care
is
of
there,
the
yeah.
things,
Physical activity, I do work out every day and everything, but I think it could be my diet
Okay.
also, like diet and stress mixed together,
Right.
because sometimes I go crazy with my diet and I'm just not taking enough supplements or vitamins, like my vitamin D, my vitamin B12 has been deficient, so I take supplements externally, sometimes I miss it, so I think that should definitely be considered.
Yeah, that has to be definitely considered. So I completely understand the busy schedule, what you're
Yeah,
going through, right?
yeah.
I cannot expect you for going back home and cooking homemade foods and completely getting engaged in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So here we will help you out in choosing the right food, right?
Oh.
Everyone is very much aware of the things on broader basis once we say
Right.
it's a high protein, low carb, low sugar diet and all. But whatever the best food is there around you, which you can manage.
Right.
We help you by
So you
taking-
guys do that too?
Yes, we do have the nutritionist on platform, physiotherapist on the platform if it is needed.
So I can meet a nutritionist to get a
Yes.
personalized, customized diet for myself. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
And based on my deficiencies and nutrition need and everything. Fun.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So we are going to do that thing, and just
Okay.
we are going to prepare a good diet chart for
Yeah,
you and diet
yeah,
plan for you.
yeah.
Rinima, and more than that thing again, few dietary modifications which in case if you start doing that thing, I'm sure that is going to help you a lot.
Perfect. The
right?
PMS part.
Yes, PMS part and all. But definitely after checking your basic bloods and all, we can go ahead with, if it is really needs something to be taken care of the medicines, we will do that thing. Otherwise, we will have a joint approach with a nutritionist on the platform who's going to study your diet, that whatever required calories are there, are you deficient or are you exceeding in that thing? And most of the time we consider the diet as a balanced, but the thing is that it may not be balanced in that way. So here we study the diet, what you are having, really it is balanced for you or not, whether calories, whatever you're taking is right for you for not. Right? So we just involve nutritionist also with that thing.
Seen a lot of awareness around HPV vaccine in social media. So I want to know from you, can I still take an HPV vaccine?
I will definitely guide you. Once I say vaccine, why it is important, doctor, for me, as I told, at being an Asian woman, it is very much required to prevent yourself to have that cancer cervix at the age of 50 or 55. You must have heard about the immunization schedule, what our moms did that time. At that time, that was not available, it was not, guided
very
also.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. It has come up now, so right now it is 3 doses given, 0, 2 and 4. It is given in the arm, usually in the muscle, right? That is again not going to cause any long-term side effects. So multiple studies are there. So basically, once we say age limit, in outside they do say age limit till 26 years, which acts best. And on social media also, in case if you Google, they may say it till 26 it is going to act, after 26 it is not. Why? Because most of the time, as with the sexual activities, this virus is going to get transmitted. You are supposed to get infected with that thing, and once you're infected with particular strain of the HPV, this vaccine is not going to help as per the things. But as per our Indian society, as per FOXI recommendation and all, we have extended the things till 45 years.
Thank God, doctor.
Right, so you're completely eligible to go ahead with that thing. And the beautiful part of this thing is that they do charge separately as per vaccine. So even if you're not available in Bangalore after 2 months for the second dose, you can take it anytime.
So there are 2 doses?
3 doses.
3 doses
0,
in a
2
span
and
of
6. Within 6 months.
So first one is 0, then third month, and then so every 3 months basically.
First is 0, then second month, and then fourth month.
Got it. I think I should totally start.
Please. That is going to give you the coverage for at least HPV virus.
No, I'm going to take it today. Even if I have to pay for it, I'm going to take that, because I have been wanting to take HPV vaccine for quite some time.
That's very important, right? And they do say, just to add on the thing, it's not only the cancer cervix basically, it's going to prevent you from some of the oropharyngeal cancers, anal cancers, so in males also it is highly indicated, in those who are at high risk groups, they are going to prevent it from anal cancers and penile cancers. So it is highly indicated, FDA approved vaccine. So we should all
definitely go for it.
Okay.
I have one more question though. So do you think multiple abortions, which again is always the last resort, because the first thing we should always try is to take any kind of protection, so that we don't want to, because it's painful. Main reason is because I've been through it. It's painful. But sometimes, regardless of taking precautions, things go
failure.
So but do you think multiple abortions can cause any kind of difficulty or problems when you are actually trying to have a baby? Yes, like for example, my case, I have had 2 abortions when I was young. One in my late teens, one in my 20s. And then today I'm 34 and I'm trying to have a baby. So do you think that will add or do anything bad to my child?
In case, as I can make it out with the history, both were medical methods which we have used and all, and it was last was 2 years back, and also you have uterus and your body has completely recovered with that thing. So we have not seen any major long-term effects with medical methods of abortion has been preferred if it is needed, to be very frank, which is affecting the future fertility. You can right away as a routine things, but yes, it's always better to get a gynec consultation if you're having any significant obstetric history, to make it sure that you're absolutely fine, in every sense, once they will do your physical examination. And this history has to be highlighted again and has to be given to your consultant obstetrician.
What do you think in today's world, like where the generation is moving more towards temporary relationships and temporary sexual intercourses rather than how it used to be? Like with my mom and dad were together for their entire life and slept with them. I am different, right? I have had multiple partners in my life, and I think my kid is going to take it even more lightly. As much as I want to be open and modern towards that approach, I also think together, along with it, there should be also information that they should know to avoid maybe teen pregnancy or STD. So what do you think is the right way about it? Because we are going to do it.
That's a natural, that is a nature, and we are
like a guy and like somebody and they're drinking. I think they might just go and sleep with each other,
No, that can be there. That can be there. So here what I think is the need of an is knowledge and education about the contraception, which has to be taken very very seriously.
Right.
Because unfortunately, though the liberalization has been, we are all liberal,
We're
we're
not
all
evolving
educated.
medically at the same time.
But to be very frank, we are just using a part of that liberty.
Not
we can
all of
say,
it.
Not all of that. Once we say liberty, it should be liberal in terms of education also.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
And then we say, yes, I'm liberal because I know what I'm doing, right? And yes, in case if it is in part, it is going to land up with something, difficult times which she
Right.
has to go through. Unfortunately, a female has to go through in the majority
That is
of
the
the
saddest
things.
part, which is
That
why
is the
we have to
saddest
be more
part.
careful.
So what I usually prefer telling my clients is that it's always good to be open. It's always good to have choices. It's
Yeah.
your life, you have to. But first of all, educate yourself. First of all, be aware of your own body. What things can happen with any of the n number of acts.
Right.
Right. So, and then get involved in that. That is called as a whole liberty as per me. So what I think is that yes, contraceptive advice is needed. Small sessions are needed. Checkups are needed. Okay, doctor, I'm going to get involved in this thing. So
Yeah.
it has never been with our mums. I never heard also, and I haven't never seen also. Okay, mums are bringing the daughters that she's turning
Yeah.
adolescent.
Yeah.
And please guide her on for menstrual hygiene
I think
or
those days
sexual
are
hygiene.
gone. They should be doing
They should
it.
be doing it.
Sex
So now
education is
here,
extremely
it's
important.
Extremely important.
Do you have like your top 5 or top 3 precautions that I must be aware whenever somebody is considering a new partner or somebody who is not going to be maybe just a random person who I will maybe not know after my intercourse,
Yeah. The first thing is that communication. I will always ask my client to be clear with that thing. If you're going to get engaged yourself at that level, please communicate and just try to
make
make
sure
it
nobody
short.
has any
Nobody
STD
has
already
any-
existing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a communication, but yes, time can be different for anything. We cannot trust them completely
Yeah.
as that will be a new onset relationship. If it is possible, go ahead with an STI test. We do have a compulsory and very beautiful package of STI tests.
Self-test at home, kinds, or you have to
Not-
come to the hospital?
Yeah,
Okay, you come to the clinic.
But
okay.
we do have a home collection things also. You can just
Right.
book that thing and no need to come to avoid commuting
Right.
and all. And guys will come, collect the samples and get it done thoroughly so that you can
Right.
enjoy everything.
Right.
Right. So that thinking their bodies again, is absolutely fine enough to go ahead
Yeah.
with the further things. Second thing is that the barrier methods of contraception in terms of condoms, that is going to help you to prevent
Any kind of
from
STDs,
any type-
abortions, pregnancies,
Yes,
like right?
not exactly abortions because the failure rates are higher with that thing.
Right.
But yes, for such relationships, STIs we are scared of. So we always say for either partner, it is definitely going to be
Right.
prevented.
Do you think a condom is a better choice or a contraceptive pill?
Rinima, it depends upon the client. It depends upon the client. If a 22-year-old or 20-year-old girl is coming towards me and she wants a contraceptive advice, she's very young to give those pills.
Right.
So we say for contraceptive advice, they have to again visit a gynecologist
Yeah.
whether she's the right choosing a right method of
I
contraception
know.
or not.
Because everybody seems to love I-pill.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know?
a very wrong method. That's
Oh,
a
God.
very wrong method of terminating the thing in beginning only. Most of us don't know that we don't need IPIL
Correct.
at one stage. Yeah, so we have seen the clients also where doctor, we don't know that it is not an ovulation period, so I don't need an IPIL. Unnecessarily, I took that thing
Correct.
and it has
No,
hampered my
because I
hormones.
have done that. So when I was 22 or 23, like the moment you said the 22-year-old girl, and I immediately went back to it. When I was just literally with just a random boyfriend, and you're not having this conversation. I am not having this conversation with my mom that mom, I'm having sex and this because it's uncomfortable. You just cannot go ahead and maybe have that conversation with your family. But I remember taking a lot of eye pills and regretting it later because much later I realized it wasn't the right route to take. But like I said, there's a lot of judgment also around, right? Like you are scared as a girl.
Yes.
I was scared to go and be open to
Yeah.
anybody because I didn't know whether there was going to be or there weren't going to be judgment. But I, in my head, had that preconceived notion that I was going to be judged by whoever I go to. What will the doctor think? That she's so young, she's staying away from her parents and she's having sex.
No, but definitely here, I think it's a very good,
Yeah.
again, the
Yeah.
things where the clinic people approach here
Yeah.
and they want to know more about their health.
Yeah.
They want to know more about how to be healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a healthy practice
Yeah.
basically? How
Yeah.
to take care of themselves. So where we are giving really non-judgmental things, reviews, everything is very, very
Yeah, I'm very
confidential.
happy
Yeah,
about
everything is
it.
very confidential. So once we see that our client is coming here, they are very confident about themselves.
Yeah.
So what is the best
Yeah.
part? What
Yeah.
I felt in the clinic.
No, and we shouldn't be ashamed to walk into a place like this. We should be proud that we are taking
Taking
care of
care, yeah,
ourselves.
ourselves, yeah.
We are like saving ourselves from any damage that can happen to us.
Absolutely.
But that's pretty much what I have for day one. I'm very excited. I'm going to go take the vaccine.
We do have two variants of the vaccine. One is Gardasil 4, other is Gardasil 9. As as name suggests, 4 is covering 4 strains of vaccine, 9 is covering 9 strains of
Okay.
virus. So, this thing is again depends upon the thing. There's a little variation in the cost and all, but we usually recommend Gardasil 9 as it is covering more strains,
right.
low risk also, high risk also of HPV virus.
Any downtime after you take the injection?
Not really.
Okay. Nothing to prevent, nothing
not,
to avoid.
Not really, nothing really. For 10 or 15 minutes, we'll just ask you to just stabilize. If you remember your tetanus injection, how it may not be that painful also.
Okay.
So I think that should
All
be
right,
fine.
great. Yeah.
Okay, good to see you. Take
Good
care.
to see you. Thank you very
And
much.
Anything else which you want me to help you for today?
That's all. Thank you, doctor. I want to see you very, very often.
Sure.
Not because I will have problems, but because I like prevention.
Oh, good,
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Dear.
So you guys, like you saw, I just finished my consultation with the doctor. She's so warm and so nice that I just went on and on and on about everything in my life. One of the main things that we discussed was why I am PMSing right now, and it never happened before. What could be the causes? We're gonna do some tests and get to the bottom of it to figure out how to prevent that. I went in with so many other questions in terms of HPV vaccine, which I'm by the way taking now. We discussed why an HPV vaccine, what it prevents. We discussed those details. I'm very happy that I'm finally taking the vaccine. We got to discuss about abortions and how it may impact or may not impact anything in the future, and why it is so important for women today, especially in our generation, to be aware of all sorts of preventions and have knowledge, because for example tomorrow if you want to go around and hook up, you should totally do it because hookups are so much fun. You don't want to bring in an STD or a sexually transmitted disease in return. Because of that, I'm saying that you need to have all that information, how to make sure that you don't get pregnant, how to make sure that you are not impacted by any virus after that intercourse, because if we don't care for ourselves, I don't think anyone else will. And this is the right place to come and do and get all that information and to check yourselves and any of that. So yeah, I'm very excited and I'm gonna get an injection now, but it's a good one, HPV. So yeah, let's go get the vaccine. From beauty and fashion, we have come down to injections. How do you think I look this nice? It's all B12 in my butt. I'm joking, Gracie. That's all, huh? Women know we've been through bigger pain in life.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
If you for this pain only, then just shout like.
Those are virgin girls, I think.
It's pretty tolerable, I think.
Yeah, it was fine. I did fine. My pain tolerance that was pretty high.
That was pretty good.
But thank you very much. I finally did it.
Yeah.
I'm planning to take HPV forever.
Oh, so good, great that today actually you have decided and you've just planned for that.
Yeah.
Because these are the things, especially for the preventive things, it has to be done then.
Yeah. I mean, you convinced me.
Yeah.
So I did good. That's the vlog for today, guys. I have a lot of stuff to do, but I'll see you guys in another one tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. Please take care of yourself. Information is always knowledge, and information is always wisdom. So don't shy away from getting it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and tell me what you think about the content. Until then, stay gorgeous, ladies. Have a lot of sex, but safe sex. I'll see you all later soon. Bye.